Hi everyone, this is Naomi. Okay, so yesterday was Halloween and I actually had a video of me like reacting to racist or problematic costumes, mostly like Japanese costumes, but I actually made a big error in the video and it's not happening. But I still want to talk about Halloween, so we're gonna do that because it's my channel. Okay, so this video is about my very first Halloween in Canada. And before I actually go into the story, my mom's Japanese, my dad's Canadian. My dad's, born and raised in Toronto, and I was born and raised in Japan, but every summer for a month I stayed in Canada. Like, I was in Canada, so up until 18, I spent most of the time in Japan, but every year for a month I spent in Canada. So I really didn't experience like Halloween in Canada, but I heard stories from my father, but mostly like pranks that he pulled, like how he threw toilet papers over like someone's tree and how he threw eggs on people's cars. My dad was a punk ass B. Rest in peace, Dad. I still love you, but yeah, so back when I was living in Japan, Halloween was known, but it wasn't as big as it is right now in Japan. So we knew what Halloween was. We knew about trick-or-treating, but we didn't do it. We didn't wear costumes and things. So when I actually moved to Canada, like started living in Canada like full time, saying Canada's my home by Japan. Yeah, that was 9 years ago. After August, I started seeing Halloween and decorations and stuff, and I was like, oh my god, I can give like candies to kids, right? I got so excited because I knew that I was too old for, trick-or-treating, but I was like, I can give, candies to, kids. Okay, so the issue was that the house that my father and I lived in, we were living on the west side of the first floor, so it was like an apartment, like an independent, like isolated living space with a kitchen and bathrooms and everything, like separate entrance. And the landlord slash the homeowner lived on the east side and the upper floors, and the main entrance was on the east side. The kids are not gonna come to the back side of the house because it's private property, and I think no one knew that this side of the entrance existed. And the landlord's family went back to their country during that time, so the street, other houses had decorations, but our house was pitch black, no decorations whatsoever. But I was just like, you know what, I will stand in front of the entrance and I would just have candies, and I will give out candies to the kids. So I got like some candies, I forgot what it was. I got them and I told my dad, I was like, yeah, Dad, like I'm gonna give out candies to kids. And my dad was just like, why? I was like, it's Halloween, like I want to give candies to kids. And he's just like, okay, like he should have stopped me, okay? But he was just like, you know what, it's my daughter's first Halloween, I will let her do whatever she wants to do. So I went out with, a bag of candies, and I have this weird mentality, like mindset going on. It's like the entrance itself is for the landlords. So even though they're not here, I feel like I shouldn't be like standing on the porch or whatever. Also, the house had no lights, so like that part of the street was completely dark. So I thought, you know what, it's kind of pointless. Like the kids are not gonna see me on the porch. So I'm gonna stand right beneath the street light. So I was standing in this like somewhat lit part of the street, and I was holding candy, and on the right side, the neighbors, having this like great decorations and it's cute, and on the left side, like far away, the neighbor's house is decorated. So like I'm in this like weird dark part of the street, but there's like one spot that's lit by the street light, and I was just standing there holding a freaking candy bag without no costume. I didn't realize how creepy that was at that time. Looking back, I'm like, that's a trap, honey. That is a trap to get kids. Let's say that I had a kid with me, like it was, trick-or-treating. I wouldn't go near myself. Like I wouldn't go near that person. I would be like, okay, sweetheart, we're gonna go across the street. There's something going on there. That's a trap. That is a red flag. But I didn't know anything at that time. So I sit there, and whenever people pass by, I literally said, do you want some candies? The issues with learning a language in a country that the language that you're studying is not spoken predominantly is that you wouldn't understand the context of some of the phrases or what the fuck you're saying. And I didn't realize how fucked up what I was saying and how creepy I must have looked because none of the kids actually wanted candies from me. No one actually said anything to me. Like, no adults said, like, what the fuck are you doing? So I think I stood there for like 10 to 15 minutes. Again, 9 years ago, I don't remember that much. I only remember the cringy things that I did. I was just like, no one's getting candies from me. I'm sad. But I noticed that the house across from our house, there was a girl and like older sister who was like maybe a bit older than myself, but like someone who I could like maybe become friends with. So I actually walked up and be like, hi, like my name is Naomi. I live, you know, on the like backside of the house. Like, nice to meet you. I moved in like a month ago. Like, I live with my dad. Like, there was some candies, blah blah blah. They were so sweet. The young girl was so sweet. I think I gave her some candies. And the older sister, she was so sweet. She's like, yeah, my name is whatever. Like, you know, come and chill anytime, blah blah blah. But looking back, what she was wearing was problematic. You know what she was wearing? Geisha costume. I'll be talking about what exactly geisha is and how I dislike the connotation the word has. Not only in non-Japanese spoken countries, but like even in Japan, geisha is like misunderstood sometimes. I'll be talking about that. But she was wearing this cheap ass kimono that was not actually kimono. It was just, you know, this cheap ass satin cloth gown thing. And, you know, white face, and then some kind of hair that I don't remember the details, but I don't think it was historically accurate. And I have a degree in East Asian studies, so the issue is not just the geisha costume that she was wearing. It's about how she wore the costume. Does anyone know the proper way of wearing a kimono? Like, please raise your hand if you do. Because if you do, I want to hug you, like, I will kiss you, whatever. If you don't, that's fine. I will teach you, okay? Give me a second. Okay, this is not kimono. I actually have kimono and yukata that my grandmother and my mom got me or sent me from Japan. They're legit stuff. I'm not gonna get that because it's kept like somewhere really secure and I don't want to go through all the shit that I have. But this is a gown, okay? So right side of the collar should be going beneath the left side. This is the proper way to wear kimono. If the left side goes down and the right side goes up, it's actually for dead people. So like in a funeral, when you're dressing up on dead people in a kimono, the left side goes down and the right side goes up. And guess what? My neighbor was wearing her kimono. Like how she was wearing it. Left down, right up. Yeah, so I noticed that, and for me it's just like, oh yeah, this person, like, she doesn't know anything about Japan or like kimono. I gotta fix it. At that time I didn't know what cultural appropriation is, so I just let that slide, and I was just like, hey, you're actually wearing it incorrectly, can I fix it for you? That's for dead person. And she was just being sweet, and she's like, huh? And it's like, oh, like the collar's wrong, like the right one has to go down and the left goes up. So I fixed it, and I was just like, yeah, it was nice meeting you. I went back, and my dad was, you know, in the living room chilling, and he was just like, how was it? And I was like, no one wanted candies from me. And he was like, what did you do? And I was like, I stood on the street, and I like tried to talk to the kids, but no one really wanted it. And it's like, yeah, no wonder. And I was just like, why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you tell me? Father, why? So yeah, this is my cringy, creepy, kind of looking like a molester first Halloween experience in Canada. And ever since that, I've never done trick-or-treating. I've never offered candies to kids randomly on the street. And I will continue doing so. So the moral of the story is, when you are in a new country that you even know the language, observe what the heck's going on around first. And join other people, like with whatever things that's going on. Try not to do it by yourself because you're gonna screw up real hard. But yeah, now I'm just gonna go to grocery stores and get discounted Halloween candies, because that's the best part about Halloween, right? Okay, anyways, that was it. Yeah, follow me on Twitter and Instagram at NaomiWhippedPlat, and I will see you in my next video. Okay, stay safe, bye kids!